So in all the years I've been living, one thing I can tell you, a lot of women who work, they really don't want to work. And if they had the opportunity not to work, they wouldn't do so. They rather lean and depend on their man. Now, you have this video that, they put out here where a wife quit her job and the man actually has a problem with that. Well, let's review it.
What's wrong with you?
What are you talking about?
What you mean what I'm talking about?
Talking about?
Why you quit your job?
Because I wasn't finna pay bills anymore. I don't want to do any of this anymore.
What you mean you not finna pay bills no more?
I'm not paying any bills anymore. Like, are you hard of hearing? Like, I'm not doing it anymore.
So you're not gonna help me out no more?
Oh.
Why?
Because that's your job. You're supposed to be paying all the bills in the first place. Why I gotta go work? Why I gotta get up at 8 o'clock?
Who house is this?
It's our house, but you gonna pay all these bills. I'm not doing it by myself.
I'm saying, so what's wrong with you working and help?
There's a lot wrong with it. Why I gotta do it? Why I gotta do it? You sit up here and act like you the man of the house. Okay, be the man of the house and pay all the bills. I'm not doing it.
I am the man of the house.
No, you're not. No, you're not. Not complaining like that.
No, I'm the man of the house, and the man of the house telling you need to.
No, I'm not gonna go do anything. I'm gonna continue to do what I'm doing right here on my computer, and you go to work.
What you doing on the computer, y'all?
You do other kids. Be a man, step up, and do what you need to do.
I've always been a man.
No, you're not. No, you're not. You haven't been lately.
I've always been a man.
You sure haven't been lately.
How?
So what? You bring this camera in my face to do what?
How?
What point are you trying to prove?
To show people how sorry you is.
I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. What I'm gonna do is.
All right, so fellas, I've told y'all many, many times that a man isn't a man if he don't pay all his bills. And people tell me, well, Phil, in this society, one income can't pay all the bills anymore. Sure it can. You just have to live within your means. But the issue is a lot of you don't want to live within your means. And if you would tell her, say, okay, look, you don't have to work. No issue, no problem. So I'm going to pay all the bills. And based on the assessment of all the bills, we can't stay here or we can't shop over here. We can't drive this because I'm not making the funding to pay all that by myself. But trust me, I get the money up. We will stay in wherever place you want to stay. We'll drive wherever you want to drive. I mean, that's the only conversation you got to have, right? Now, I say this. I personally believe women should have the option to work. Option means it's a choice. She's not working because you can't handle the rent or the car note. No, she's not working for that reason. If she work, you say, look, let's save some of that money. We can take vacations. Or I've seen some relationships where the guy say, I pay the bills, but I'm not buying you no clothes, no shoes. You go work and do all that. Some women cool with that. Like, well, shoot, I work to go buy my makeup. I work to go buy my shoes. I work to shop. Some women actually cool with that, right? They go work to do that. Sometimes, of course, women will buy some, the kids something. Or hell, women will buy the man something. But I can't relate to telling a woman she got to work, and if she don't work, then my bills aren't paid. I can't relate to that. I come from a long line of black men. Let me repeat that. Black men who taught me that. My father, he's the same way. He has not allowed one day a woman to pay his bills. Both my grandfathers never let my grandmothers pay no bills. So that's the line of men I come from. I don't come from men who say, well, I need to lean and depend on this woman to pay my bills. Because where I come from, you're not a man if you don't pay your bills. It's just that simple. And I understand. You say, well, Phil, you come from a different time. It's 2023. Listen, a lot of you men want the women to be traditional, correct? And if you want the women to be traditional, you have to be traditional, sir. So you being traditional is you paying all the bills. You may say, okay, well, I don't like these modern women in America. I'm going to get a passport, go overseas. Even if you go overseas, those women are going to expect you to pay bills a lot more than even American women. Because American women will work with you on some things with that. They'll say, oh, well, I understand. But women overseas don't want to hear that. Because the way they were raised, a man pays the bills, a man work, they stay home, take care of those kids and cook meals and everything like that. You want traditional? There's no way you're going to get around that. Now, the only difference is if you make $50,000 overseas, then it's like you making 100,000 plus, right? That's the only difference is the cost of living. You can actually afford to be the man overseas. But in America, you should get your money up enough, fellas, where you can be the man even in America. Because if you the man in America, you're really going to be the man outside of America. But let's continue.
Be the lady in the house and make sure the house is taken care of, and you go out and work. How come I don't? Did you just eat last night?
What the?
Did you just eat last night? Matter.
Tell them
The point is,
tell them what you cooked me,
the
though.
point is, I'm not gonna go and work for nobody anymore. Now you can go and work at your little warehouse job and bring
Listen.
back that money so
Listen.
we can pay these bills.
Cooking rotel ain't no.
What you talking about? We're not even talking about me cooking. What we talking about is you going to work so you can come back home and make sure that we good.
How can she be a world-class chef if she's always at work, sir? See, that's another thing. You can't expect a woman to go work all day long and come home and be a world-class chef and be your personal OnlyFans girl in the bedroom. You can't expect all that. And if you were expecting all that, then you need to provide her the ability to stay home. So then when you come through the door and she's not cooking like a world-class chef, then you got every right to say something because you provide for that whole household and she should be cooking like that.
No, what we talking about is you need to go get a job so you can
No, I'm
make
not
sure
gonna go
we
do
good.
anything. I'm not about to do anything. If you're not satisfied,
No, we need to help make sure each other good. So like,
no, I'm
I don't understand
good.
this
I'm
shit.
good. You need to make sure that this whole house is
You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
How you good if you just quit your job?
Because you don't know what I got put up. But at the end of the day, like I said, I'm not paying
Oh,
anything
so
else.
that's what we doing.
Like I said,
I don't
I'm
know
not
what you
paying
got put up.
anything else.
I don't
And
know what you
you're
got
gonna
put
be
up.
responsible for everything else. I'm tired of paying bills. Simple as that.
Now, let's talk about that, because I'm seeing a reoccurring theme with some of these sisters out here about stashing money to the side, having this stash fund or whatever. Well, what if men start doing that? Men say, you know what, let me stash me some money over here in this account and then tell you, well, I got my stash and all that. See, let me tell you where a lot of that comes from. They come from them old women. So you have a lot of old women that told the young women, don't ever depend on a man. Always have you some money. Just in case he decides to leave you, you're not broke. Always have some money. That come from the older black women that say that to them. Now, why is that a problem? It's a problem because you're planning your exit and it's not even a problem to plan an exit. You understand what I'm saying? So if you got 1 foot out the door, well, you might well go ahead and get out fully out the door. And to me, that is utterly division. In my household, I established very early, and I discussed that with my wife. I said, listen, I don't, believe in all that second and third bank accounts. We need to have a joint account where we all see what the money is. I don't believe in hiding no money from each other. And she said, I feel the same way. And we always had a joint account. Now, we have business accounts because she has a separate business from mine, but it's all on the same place. We all can see what the transactions are. There's no hiding of money here because there's no reason to be hiding money. None. Because if you're hiding money, me as a man, I'm going to get hella suspicious. Why are you hiding money? What's the deal? You trying to leave? What, you trying to have some sort of stash on the side in another account so you won't know what you're spending, or you spending money on dues? What you doing? I'm going to come up with 1,000 reasons why you hiding money. There's no reason to hide money. Be transparent. If you got a problem in your relationship, talk about it. Discuss it. If it can't be fixed, then you go ahead on and try to end it civilly and handle it like adults. If you are married, and it's only to married people, I'm not talking about some girlfriend and boyfriend. You shouldn't be having together accounts anyway if you're girlfriend and boyfriend. But if you're married, there's no more of that. The two become one. And that means we become one financially. If a woman say, well, I don't want all my money with him, well, what'd you marry him for? Same thing with a man. If you're saying the same thing, what'd you marry her for? You should have figured out her spending habits. You should have figured out his spending habits. You should have looked at what the credit scores were way before you got married. If I got to hide money from you, if I got to stash money away, then I don't need to be with you because I don't trust you. You don't have a marriage if you don't trust each other and respect each other. I'm going to tell you, trust and respect is actually the glue that holds marriages together more than even love do. Because you got days that you're not feeling certain ways or whatever. Not to say you don't love your spouse, but everything is not lovey-dovey every day. But one thing that stays every day is, do I trust him or her? Do I respect him or her? As long as you got trust and respect, your relationship could stay together. Everything else, you know, it is what it is. Because when you trust them, you don't do things like that. When you respect them, you don't do things like that. When you respect your man or your woman, you don't say certain things to them. You don't do certain things because you respect them. You understand what I'm saying? That's why I'm a firm believer of you don't even cuss at your spouse. I'm talking about cuss at them, cuss them out, call them names. I'm not talking you cussing about an issue that happened. I'm talking about you calling them something. You mother effer. You know, you be. You are like, no. When you doing all that disrespectful stuff, you don't have a relationship.
So what you gonna do?
Bro, that little portion you put in on
Portion?
that little portion.
Okay, so my little portion about nothing, because I'm not paying anything else.
And that's the problem.
You're not understanding it.
I don't understand why you don't think that's a problem.
It isn't a problem.
So why
I'm
you
your
think that's a
wife.
problem?
I'm your wife, so why do you want your wife to go out and work? I'm not understanding it.
Plenty of people wives work.
Okay, I'm not gonna be one of them anymore. Simple as that.
No.
You need to step your game up, go get you another job, go get 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more if you got to. But I'm not gonna do it no more.
You got me, feel me?
I do not.
No, you got
Stop being lazy, stop being a bum, and go get another job.
No, what you can't do is you can get up off and go get you another job because you quit the job that you perfectly fine.
I'm straight. At the end of the day, you maybe need to go get you another job and take care of these bills. We got 4 kids and you can't even barely take care of one. Who do all the work? I do most of the work.
No,
you
that's a
don't.
lie. That's a lie. First
So
of all,
what? How much money you bring home?
you're not gonna lie to me.
How much money you bring home?
I'm not gonna lie to you.
All right,
I'm not gonna
so
discuss my
therefore,
funds.
I'm not
gonna discuss my funds for the world, and I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not working another job. Simple as that.
Bro, see this?
What?
I have to go through y'all.
You're not going because you have it.
Man up.
Man up.
Man up.
Man up.
Man up and do what?
Go get you another
Go
job.
get another job.
Get your job stressing
And if
you
that
out
ain't
so
enough,
much.
go get another one.
Since it ain't paying you enough, go get you another job. Stop being lazy. Like I said.
I'm being lazy.
Yep.
Says the person sitting on the line.
Says your wife, right?
I guarantee you probably shopping on
you
line right
okay,
now.
I probably am. And with my money. And
With our money.
no, with my money.
See, that's your problem. See
No,
what I'm saying?
I
Y'all
don't
see
have
what I
no
mean?
problem. Go
Y'all
get
see
your
what I'm
job.
doing?
Go to
Y'all
work.
see what I'm dealing with? Do you see what I'm dealing with?
Nothing. Nothing, because I'm not going to be stressed out listening to you.
Stressed
Go
out.
to work.
You stressed out? I'm stressed out.
You stressed out about what?
I'm stressed out.
Because you barely do anything as is.
Barely do anything.
Barely.
Come on, man.
Barely.
Come on.
Barely.
Come on.
I'm not about to go work for
Come on,
anybody else again.
Tell them then,
long as
act
I'm
like
your
they do
wife,
something.
as long as I'm your wife, I'm not working for nobody else. So you either gonna have to divorce me or go get you some more jobs.
So big. So
And you're not going to work, so therefore go get you
So
some
big,
more
you
jobs.
need to get a divorce.
I'm
I'm not getting no more jobs.
Yes, you are.
I'm not getting
Yes,
no
you
more
are.
jobs.
Getting $15
And if you all wayside, if they all
You
wayside,
get paid $15 an hour.
wayside, guess what? They gonna
Go job, double
They
it.
crumble.
Double it. Go double it.
Okay, so if you're making $15 an hour in 2023, that's not even enough for a single person. Well, it could be enough for a single person that know how to handle their money, right? $15 an hour. In my opinion, that should be minimum wage, $15 an hour. And I'm a firm believer in that. And anyone that's be hourly, at least with, you know, any of our businesses, that's exactly what they'll get paid or more. Because I just understand that you need to pay people so they can live, so they can actually come to work, right? But 4 kids, $15 an hour, yeah, I see why he wanted her to work, because that's not enough money. But at the same time, you strive to get more money, right? It's been times where I was working fast food. See, certain jobs inspired me to do more and do better because I'm like, man, I ain't trying to work this all my life. And the first time I worked fast food, I was like, I looked around and I saw people at the time like in their 40s and 50s working fast food, right? And I'm like a 19, 20-year-old young man. And I'm in college. I'm like, man, hell no. I can't work this all my life. Oh, no. Feet hurting, smelling like grease. Oh, no. Every time I work jobs like that, I say, I am not going to be working a job while I'm beating my body up all my life. That's just not going to happen. I'm smelling like grease when I come home. You know, I worked day labor jobs before. Of course, you know, I did 22 years in the petrochemical industry and all of that. And even then, even though I did 22 years, I say, look, I'm not going to do this all my life. I'm not going to be some 65-year-old man still outside in the plant somewhere. As I'm telling you, as I got older, especially when I crossed over to 40, I was like, man, this switching your body stuff, it don't work too well for me. So doing 12 hours at night, 12 hours in a day, and back for it. Man, no. Like, I'm so much happier now. I have my routine. I go to bed at a certain time. I'm up at 6 a.m., maybe sometime 5:30, go hit the gym, and then start my day. That's the way life's supposed to be. And then I come in my office, and I get to work and do the other things I need to do around the house or whatever, you know, I got going on. I love it. And that's the way life should be. But you know what? I worked to get to that point. Now, if I would have never done anything and never strived for better as a man, then I would still be in that fast food type of job, or even still be in the petrochemical industry. Because when I saw the way that was going, I said, you know what? I gotta create a way to get out of this. And that's how I actually started doing social media. Once a brother like explained to me how you can really create something out of it, I was like, oh no, I got to invest my money and time into this. And I did. I took my money and time to get into this and learned, you know, the things I learned over the years and learn the business and be willing to spend money with other people and hire consultants and all kind of things that I've done over the years to get to where I'm at today. It wasn't just all on me. I can never say it's all on me. I had plenty people that gave me a lot of game along the way. But when you're trying to improve yourself, you will improve. But you don't just stay stuck at no $15 an hour job. And if a woman's, you know, kind of saying, hey, we got 4 kids, you need to do a little more. And you say, well, I divorce you then if you don't want to get like, you that lazy that you want to improve your life? You lean on that woman that much. If she got 4 kids, in my opinion, she needs to deal with them 4 kids. And you need to get your behind out there to go provide for them kids. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, that's coming from a traditional man. A lot of you dudes that talk, you're not traditional. You talk that traditional talk, but when it comes down to really finances, you're not traditional. You want that woman to get herself up and go work every day to help your behind pay bills, but you want to be the man. But let me know what y'all think about, you know, this conversation here, because this conversation do happen a lot in this country. And I come from a time period, men supposed to step up and be men. I'm not used to all this excuses and depending on women crap that's going on today with some of these modern men.